Good evening. This is Grateful Ed. Hope you're having a great evening. These There's an undeniable energy in the air, and so many things happening in the world. It's it's real important for me to get my message out, and to deliver and speak my mind. Because if I don't, it's a block, and I appreciate everybody that supports me, and I feel the love, and I thank you. There are things going on at so many levels right now that it is, undeniable. But we're in a spiritual battle, and God wins in the end. I want to start tonight with critical race theory. Critical race theory is Marxist communist ideology being taught through our K through 12, through the universities, society, corporations. They're trying to implement that in the military, and it won't be tolerated. There's so many people standing up at every level and voicing their opinions, and using their pen, using their voice, and every legal means that they have to expose the Marxist communist ideology, and by legal means in order to systematically get rid of it. Because in American society, it will not stand. It just does not line up with American values. So, Superintendent Cooper, I'm calling you out. You are the plausible deniability for the Mason School Board. I highly suggest you contact Project Veritas, America's Principles Project, MomsForLiberty.org, the Heritage Foundation, StopCriticalRaceTheory.com, and tell your story before it's too late. You are the plausible deniability for the Mason School Board. Okay, I wanted to say that in the 60s culture, growing up, there was more love in the atmosphere. Brotherhood of man, right? It doesn't matter what color of your skin, we're all in the same world together, basically. So, what you listen to and the television, everything that you absorb, can influence you, right? And it seems as though, I'm very blessed to be alive, very blessed. God's blessed me. There's no doubt. But, during that time, it was a transition between like the farming community and industry. The industrial base was very strong, right? After the Vietnam War, well, I guess after World War II, or in the industrial age. But the feeling of community and togetherness was more prevalent. And it seems as though when new stuff came out, like a TV dinner, I know I'm old, but a TV dinner or chop suey, in the can, these new things you wanted to try. And it was like, we got to try that stuff. At in the same time, there's all kinds of reports coming out in the news because they would report it. Hey, did you know this chemical additive in the food, the new processed foods, it's cancerous. It'll kill you. At the same time, we got a big appetite for those things. I did. And, your health takes a hit for it. So we knew it was bad, but because of the marketing and, convenience, whatever, we went for it. Now, it is, we're overloaded with everything. Everything, so many choices. And that's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing. Because, in my opinion, of course, I've been wrong before. My wish is that you just take my message and form your own opinions. That's all. And the more stuff we got, the more materialistic we got, and then the more divided we become, to a certain degree. And, into our groups, right? Groups and classes, that type thing. Which is not, that's not what the natural order of things is, in my opinion. So, as things get better, it seems almost though on that agenda by the deep state, they'll give you something and then try to take it away. Okay. So, as Americans, we can't let them take away, our rights, free speech, Second Amendment rights, any of our rights. Because, little by little, that's exactly what they're trying to do. So, my mother Gladys, she later on in her life, she discovered about self-love. So she was, very happy and to teach us about these things. And it's very important. One thing I want to say is part of self-love is self-respect and to set the boundaries on folks. I've been bullied for a long time, and it's no secret. And the more I realize exactly what has happened through the ages, through my Air Force career, certain incidents that would happen in certain locations, and also, moving here from Virginia from the old days. So, these things are pretty clear, are getting clearer. And, it's just time for us to speak out and uncover everything that we can, I believe, that's held us back from the natural order of things. So, self-love, self-respect, but also togetherness, to get that back within the units, within the communities. So, the divisiveness is just too much, and it's not the brotherhood of man that we all strive for and want with love in our heart. So, okay, my friend Billy Wiggins, okay, he did a lot of, he was a good man. He was a great man. Great friend of mine, too. Rest in peace, a lot of people, love and respect him. There was a young man that was part of the extended family of him, and him and his wife, Mercy. Now, I don't remember the young man's name, but there was a couple things. The first one was that even though he wasn't book smart, he was very good, very much like Ronnie was, in the fact that you may not be the book smart, right? But you're very good at mechanics and be able to watch something, the mechanics of it, pick it up, and then do it yourself. So that was one thing I noticed about. The other thing was he had a VA check or something from his family. Okay, so what happened was there was other parts of the family that wanted to send him porn, that wanted to come to the party. Hey, come be part of our crowd. Hey, be like us, right? The thing was, he had the check coming in every month, and that's exactly what it was about, So, and he was young, all right, impressionable, but, Billy took him in, and he had him doing things for him and taking care of him that way. So it was more about trying to do the right thing than and trying to keep him away from the vultures, the people that just wanted to use him up for the money. So, okay. All right. Speaking of looking back on the Air Force career, also on when I made the transition to contractor position in Dayton. AMTI. But the thing about it, there was a setup in there too, okay? And, the new person that set him up, he's not part of the in crowd or whatever, not part of the secret society. Now, dear friend of mine, right in the middle of it, right in the middle. Cricket, I love you, but I'm telling this story, okay? I have to. So, there was a setup with the Air Force Audit Agency where we were accused of something, on the financial. Using wrong year funds, I think, wrong year funds off of a morgue funding document for the Air Force. Anyway, so they came in and did their investigation, tried to, bust everything up. Make a scandal, basically, over nothing. Because it wasn't. In fact, it was not the truth. Okay. And it came out. Nothing became it. But I got targeted. There was a retired chief, I understand, they fired. Okay. Working out of FM there at Expo. And then my girl. Okay. So those three things popped out to me lately. I wanted to make a point about that. Because I was set up, but I don't know what the reason was for. But we were all older white dudes. And I'm just saying that. That's how I see it now. I didn't see it that way then, but definitely I see it that way now. So, the other thing was when the government had asked me, hey, consider this career, I turned it down, and I turned down Boeing. Okay. And, when I went in for the in-brief, the place where I used to work, it was like, I didn't get the warm fuzzy I did when I was active duty, my senior leadership, same one that tried to recruit me. And I got to point that out too. Anyway, when I moved back home, okay, to Ohio, I came back here to heal. And I had some goals set. And basically it was to try to get myself back into shape, right? And kick some old habits, not bring them back. But anyway, I went to a concert at Frey's Pavilion and to see Buddy Guy. I hadn't seen Buddy, that was my first time. But I had a Muddy Waters t-shirt and I wore it, okay, in the spirit of things, This guy gave me the most hateful look, and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, what's the shirt? Now, that's fucked up on a lot of levels, but I'll say it this way, okay? Muddy Waters, he's the king of the blues, right? And you got to give it up for him. I do anyway. A lot of people do anyway. Black, white, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Around the world, doesn't matter. But just that look, it said a lot. It said it all. It said it all. Okay, Tori Morris, she ran for Secretary of State. Frank LaRose kept her name off the ballot as a Republican. Okay, and this shit's been going on for a long time. A lot of people know, and I understand that a lot of people couldn't or wouldn't do something outright. But Tori took the action. She's done more hard work to uncover voter fraud in Ohio, everywhere around the country, and actually around the world. Okay. Now, she ran as an independent, and she had to have a certain number of signatures in order to get on the ballot. LaRose said those were wrong. So she sued him and took him to court, in Ohio Supreme Court, and won. That's the story. okay? You got to understand, single mom standing up for what she feels is right and winning that victory, okay? She has another lawsuit, okay? And it's pending, but it is for the people's right to inspect the machines and count our votes. Because along with all the other denials that they will put up against you if you're speaking out, this one will not hold either. These are our machines. We paid for them. We really don't need them anyway, okay? If we go back to the ballots, if we go back to counting the ballots the same night, if we go back to fair and honest poll watchers, not in on an agenda, okay? And really hard scrutiny on those votes, especially the mail-in ballots. As a military member, if those are being discarded or whatever, that pisses me off, okay? Because I don't know that for a fact, but I'm just saying, if that's uncovered along with all this other things that are coming to light right now, that says a lot. It really does. It says a lot about who's counting those votes. So, you can check her work at ToriSays.com, okay? Great stories on there, especially right now on the CAA, the film that she has, outstanding. Written articles that the journalists and the reporters wish they could report. Not all of them, especially now, because they're writing trash. They're part of the deep state, and they're following orders or breaking away. Best thing is to break away, tell the truth, as Tori did. Okay, President Trump was right about a lot of things, but he was definitely right about our First Amendment rights and our right of freedom of speech. He was right about Common Core, definitely right about CRT, okay? He's right about our energy independence and how that is a matter of national security. We don't need any foreign oil from another country, okay? We don't need to go anywhere. We have the resources and the technology here in America. President Trump was right about January 6th and how these things are infiltrated and twisted, distorted. And President Trump was right about the elections. So I want to thank you very much. I want to plug my store on Etsy. It's Doomans. Military t-shirts there. Some of the old retro styles we're bringing back. And take a look and shop. It's Christmas time. And, have some fun with it. And again, thank you very much. The people that are with me, I love you. I thank you. Okay? I really do. God bless you. God bless America, and keep on keeping on. Bye.